Hi there, nonconformist, freedom entrepreneur. It's Star Kishara here from starkishara.com, the freedom entrepreneur. Okay, so one question people ask me a lot, Star, what is the best passive income product to launch or earn money from? I want to do a book, I want to do a course, I want to do this, I want to do that. What is the best one to choose? Okay, so my answer. Well, I've got experience in doing both of the main kinds of passive income product, which are e-courses and e-books. So I know how they sort of match up against each other. This is my first book. Okay, this isn't an e-book. It was actually professionally published by a publishing house. But there is an e-book version of it as well. And a book, even a printed book, is still a passive income product when you go through an actual publisher, because once you've written it, you don't have to do any work. They do all the marketing and they just send you a royalty check once a year or twice a year. So I get passive income still. This book was published in 2008 and I still get royalties twice a year from it. And I also developed my own skincare school, formulabotanica.com, which is now owned by Lorraine of Herb and Hedgerow. But that business was a passive income business based around e-courses and training. So I've done both, and I have to tell you something, e-courses win every time, and I'll tell you exactly why. This book took years of research, years of, it's got basically all my knowledge in from years and years. When it came to actually getting my contract and typing it up, it took 2 years to fight for a contract for a start, because publishers don't just take on anyone. You have to prove you're worthy and prove that there's an audience for your book. So I had to do loads of marketing, loads of running around, loads of meetings. I finally got my contract and I was given, I think it was something like 6 months to type the manuscript up. So that was 6 months of really hardcore at my desk for 10 hours a day, typing, getting everything ready. And then there's a couple of months after that where there was edits. So the editor would send it back saying, you've written this, can it be changed to this and whatnot. So 6 months plus another couple of months. And that's on top of the years and years I'd already spent studying. And this book sells for £12.95 English pounds. Actually, hardly ever sells for that much because it's mostly selling through Amazon, which always take a massive chunk. My royalty payment is 12%, so I get 12% of £12.95, but mostly it sells on Amazon, which only sell it for about £8, so I get around 12% of £8. There's over 30,000 words in here, and like I said, months and months of typing. Now compare this to my first e-course, which had about the same amount of content in, around 30,000, perhaps a little bit more, maybe 40,000 words of content delivered over 10 weeks, along with some extra little bits like some extra videos and stuff that I did that really didn't take very long at all. And that course sold for £250, and basically 100% of that was mine because I built it. So the same amount of work gets me 12% of £12.95 or 100% of £250. I can't really do the math to tell you what percent that is more than the other, because I'm not really a numbers guru. But you can clearly see there's a huge difference between an ebook and a course. Now, I know there are some people out there that are amazing at doing ebooks, and they can sell the ebooks for a high price, but let's be honest, you're probably not one of those people, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. Chances are you're creating, a fairly, nice ebook, which is fine, but the chances are the maximum you can probably charge for that is sort of $20. And in fact, if you look on Amazon, there's just a sea of ebooks out there for like $1, $2, $3. So it's even going to be quite difficult to get $20 to $25. You've got to have a really good, strong fan base and following already. Whereas an e-course, the value perception, and this is the key thing, the value perception of how much more a course is worth than a book automatically elevates it into a more premium pricing bracket, even if the content is exactly the same. Even if it's the same amount of words, the same content, the chapters are the same, it's just called modules in an e-course. Even if it's exactly the same, people will still pay a lot more when it's labelled a course. Now, of course, it's really important to make your course feel like a course and not just like you've taken chapters of your book and sent it out weekly. It's important to make it feel like a course. So, you know, a bit of added value, some videos, extra handouts and worksheets. But honestly, that doesn't take very long to make those things. We're talking like 1 or 2 page PDFs here, you know, that you've created easily in Word or another program. And some short like videos, such as 5 to 10 minute YouTube videos. That's all you need to do to change what could have been an ebook into an e-course. And the amount you can charge is like 10, 20, 30 times more. And you don't need to sell it out through Amazon either. You can just sell it out through your own website. So to answer the question of what's better as a passive income product, an ebook or an e-course, 100% miles better is an e-course. Ebooks, from what I can see, it's very difficult to make a significant amount of money from them. Like I said, unless you're already someone who's quite well known, because there is a limit on what people expect an ebook to sell for. So if I go to my bookstore and or even on Amazon, it works for physical books as well. You don't expect to pay sort of $100 or $200 for a book unless you're at university and you're buying a medical book. That's probably the exception to the rule. Science textbooks are very expensive, but you're not selling a science textbook. Probably. You're selling, you know, a recipe book or a how-to book or something like that. And they don't, the public perception of what they are worth is going to be a lot different to the public perception of what an e-course on the same subject is worth. So this is something to think about. Could you turn your potential ebook into a course? Yes, you can, easily. That's exactly how I started. I took the content from this and I turned it into my first £250 e-course. And so I already had a lot of the content written. I just configured it so it felt more like a course rather than a book. And that was really how I got started and turned into a 6-figure, thriving, amazing passive income training school on the internet. So if you're thinking, but Star, I don't know how to do it, it's fine. Just come to my website, starkashara.com, because I've got a treat for you. I'm launching at the next week. I'm launching my e-course entrepreneurs program. So it is aimed at people like yourselves that really want to turn their valuable content into an amazing e-course and great passive income by helping other people and sharing your passion, skills and talents with the world. Sounds great. That's exactly how I did it, and I'll be sharing all my tricks and techniques because I did it on the cheap. I started my business with just £10 because I didn't have any money to invest. I couldn't afford a flashy website. I couldn't afford crazy things like Infusionsoft or these specialist programs that run your e-courses for you. So I actually built my own systems from scratch using free tools. So I'm going to share all those things with you because I know what it's like when you first start out. Perhaps you don't have the money to invest in all these crazy gadgetry, and it's really awesome, I feel, just to do things on such a budget and start small, because then you don't have any debt either, and you can start earning money from day one too. So if you're interested, do come along. I'm launching it next week, so that'll be the last week of May. Oh my god, isn't time going so quickly? It's nearly summer. So I love to see you on the program, and take it from me, e-courses win every time over ebooks. Alright, so happy writing.